Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Real Content of the Show. Guess I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 28th October 2024. I got a really, can I say really one more time or is that too much? Okay, really cool video in the making, and it's the power of why. So the power of why is a very weird, this is one of the weirdest videos I'm going to do, but this is what happens when you make content every single day. You're talking about your day-to-day, you're talking about your mental space day-to-day, and the power of why is so the coolest videos I'm going to do today that is original. I'm going to do some recap of pretty cool shit. Berserk 97, I'm going to be recapping that today. The power of why is actually really cool content. It's actually a really cool thing to do. The power of why is what? The power of why is very simple. How do we come up with the idea? Right? Well, I had a dream yesterday, right? And I never remember my dream. I never remember. And I don't remember this dream, but I remember the end of it. And I don't remember why, but I said why 3 times. Why? And when I woke up, the first thing I said was why. Right? Now, I took a shower. I relaxed a little bit, played a bit of the tower, my favorite game. And I decided to relax a little bit. I decided to relax because I was like, okay, let's put this together. Let's figure this shit out together. Why did you say that? Why is it? What happened during that dream, right? And again, you notice the amount of time we're saying why in this video. That's important too. And then I talked to my favorite people. Shout out to I See You for See You. Shout out to Shira. She doesn't make content, but still. And I found it kind of cool. I was brainstorming because yes, it's a method to madness. When there's a day where I don't have a lot of videos, I'll brainstorm for more videos, right? That way, every single day we have a little bit of a consistency when it comes to the content. What do I mean by that? Well, it's very, very simple. I mean by that every single day I'm gonna have not the same amount of videos, but I'm gonna have content video put out for you guys. And then I was talking to the two girls, and I said the two guys, sorry. And it was kind of cool because I was still is that a bad thing to say? I was just chilling, I was just relaxing. And I was still in the back of my mind, okay, I'm going to talk to them, but I'm also brainstorming. Okay, I'm brainstorming, okay. And then I kept on thinking about the why. So the fun thing is I wrote a poem. It's not a poem, it's not a fucking romantic poem. It's just a jokey little poem. It's just like, hey, I'm going to make you laugh. And it was the why. And the nicest thing was, it wasn't necessarily the why. I'm French, so the way I pronounce the letter Y is why. So why the question and why the letter. So it's a little poem. And it was kind of cool because the poem was in an aspect. This is going to be a complicated video. This is a rambling. This is an ADHD power trip. This is an ADHD storm or snowstorm or fucking typhoon. It is an earthquake, ADHD earthquake. However, if you do get it, power to you because it's going to be a phenomenal video. So I was doing a poem because I was bored. I was looking for ideas, and I thought, you know what, just have a little bit of fun. I like to think that I'm fun. I think that I try to have fun every single day, because if you don't have fun, then what's the point, right? And did a little poem, and I was playing with words, which is something I used to do a lot. Playing with words, one of my favorite things, because again, short, not the smartest, not the prettiest, but I'm smart and I know how to talk. So I had this little thing going for me. That being said, we had this really cool thing where, what is the power? What if it didn't matter what my dream was? What if the question why wasn't really the question that I had to ask? What if we were focusing on the question why? How? Who? When? What? What if it was just a word like the others? But then you realize that the word why isn't the word like the others. So the word why has a lot of power. And it's funny because I was doing a TikTok live yesterday, and we are talking about numerology and how the numbers were kind of powerful. If you believe in that shit, it's really interesting. Do I believe in numerology? I want to say yes and I want to say no. So the simple belief, and this is a small detour, but the simple belief of numerology is, for example, right? You're gonna walk around. There's a fantastic movie that I strongly recommend watching, and it's 23 with Jim Carrey, and it's phenomenal. So the way the way 23 works is super simple. Is the amount of time that you're seeing a number. Listen here. There's two windows, right? If I look here, there's two windows, right? If I look here, there's the same amount of brick on this building, the same amount of brick on this building. What does this number means? Well, it's technically the most time you see this number, it's supposed to predict something. But let's go back with the power of Y. And Y has its power. It's not necessarily a power, but it's a property. And it's the perception, it is the understanding of the word why, which is kind of really important. So see, why in my mind, in my eyes, why is one of the most powerful word. One of the word that is one of the most important. You don't believe in that word of power. I understand that. I know that's weird. I know that's really hard to believe. And when you understand why, I get why. It's really cool. So when I say I'm faced with adversity, I'm faced with a challenge. Okay, I get a I can positive answer to a situation, or I get a I can't negative answer for a subject. So far so good. So far so good. So Rain strawberry. Really good. And then Ben and Jerry. It's cold, so we don't eat a lot of ice cream when it's cold. So the difference between seeing a problem and saying I can, which is positive, and I can is negative, is how we approach the situation. I'm approaching it from a point of view that is positive, I'm approaching it from a point of view that is negative. I'm approaching it from a point of view where I'm optimistic, or I'm approaching it from a point of view where I'm pessimistic. Right? Very different word, very different meaning, very different approach to life. And now, if you take the time to think about words, I guarantee you, most of the words you're gonna come up with are either positive or negative. Right? And this is why and this is why the word why is so powerful. So the word why in itself is neutral. Right? It's not necessarily positive or negative. And it is the most important and the most powerful word. Remember what I said about I can? Right? I'm going to repeat myself because I want to make it clear as possible. Clear as the sunset that's happening behind me. Facing adversity, I said I can. My apologies. Facing adversity, I can't. Really good way to face a situation. Okay? I'm facing adversity, I have to react to it. Or do I? Maybe the right answer to adversity is why. Why is this person acting this way? Why am I facing adversity? Why am I facing an opponent or a different opinion? Why am I facing that? The why is important because the why being neutralistic isn't necessarily a absolute. So the problem with I can, it's an absolute. The problem with I can't is an absolute. This is gonna happen no matter what. See, the thing with I can, which is super important, is I'm facing a problem optimistically. Doesn't mean that the problem is gonna have a positive result. Can we agree on that? Okay, we can agree on that. Awesome. If I'm facing a problem negatively, it doesn't mean that it's gonna end negatively. My perception might be wrong. Can we agree on that? The question why is trying to understand the situation. It's not so much about how the problem start or how is the point about how the problem solved. Guess what? You had a problem, you were able to solve it. Congratulations. Okay? Very proud of you. But there's a but. There's a small but. What if you can avoid the problem whatsoever? What if you can avoid it? What if understanding why you had this exact problem was in a lot of ways the solution as to how can I avoid this problem. Putting this out there for anyone and everyone to see and understand. And then you understand, lastly, we're gonna finish on that because it's a long video. We're gonna finish on that, but you understand that the why is a additive. I don't know how to say it in English. That's why I'm thinking. The why isn't an absolute. And the beauty of the why is not an absolute, because it can go either way. The why, asking yourself why, isn't a fatality. This is not the end all be all of the problem, right? So you're just understanding that there's a situation, there's a solution, here's X, here's Y. So, very lastly, if I understand my problem, right, then, see, it's easy. It's easy to be in denial and say, I can do everything I want. It's easy. It's easy. That's very, very dangerous. That is very dangerous. Think about yourself as a kid, which you had a end-all be-all positivity mindset that I can do everything. I can fly if I want. One day I'll have superpower. I'll be a superhero, right? But then life hits you, and you realize that I can doesn't necessarily happen that often, and then you develop a mentality of saying I can't, and because you're saying I can't, then you become this pessimistic piece of shit, which is also dangerous, because if you face life always thinking negatively, then it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna end well for you, right? It's too cold to eat ice cream. And yeah, that's the power of why. See, the perception of this video is, once again, one of those important videos for the channel, right? I spent my whole life chasing about good or bad. I tried my whole life to understand why people were doing bad things versus why people were doing good things, because I didn't have a clear understanding of what was good, what was evil. And I talked about this before, but my parents were both very positive. I had to follow their example. But I was following half of this, half of that, which didn't give anything good. I wasn't understanding why I was doing good things. I was just following good people. And there needs to be a reason. There needs to be a why you're doing this. Even if it's a good thing, even if you're helping others, even if you're doing something that is extremely positive, there has to be a specific reason for what you're doing, right? Or if you're doing something bad, why did you do something bad? Did you have a good reason? Oh, I pushed him. But what I don't tell you is that you pushed me before. So I'm answering versus I'm attacking. Now, am I saying that the right answer to being pushed is pushing? No. Am I saying that the guy who pushes you first is an asshole? Well, I wouldn't use the term asshole, but if you want to use the term asshole, go ahead. See, the reason, see, I spent my whole life checking that, right? And the reason was to understand life itself. I personally thought that understanding the difference between good and evil could portray and push me in the direction. And again, this is how bad of a kid I was. This is how much help that I needed as a kid. It wasn't necessarily about, hey, I want to do something good, to do something good. As well, I would like to understand if what I'm doing is good, and I'm going to follow the good path. I'm not sure why I'm going to follow the good path. Why? And that was the worst thing I did in my life. The worst thing, because I would take the high road. I would take the high road in every single cases, which is a good thing, right? But there's people that are in life that you're gonna meet that are complete asshole. And even if you take the high road, they don't give a fuck. They'll push you. And then I understood wrongfully there's a balance. But for every good person, there's a bad person. That nobody is perfectly good, nobody perfectly bad, right? And I convinced myself, and again, I'm still in that mindset, right? It wasn't that long ago. I convinced myself that everybody had their own reason for acting the way they were acting. Which is great, which is really great. Then you understand the fatality. It's not about how people act. It's not about how a person is. It's why they like that. If the reasoning, we did a video not too long ago, exposing a douchebag. It's number one. People were mad at me. People were fucking mad at me. And then I made another video explaining why are they like that? Why do they do that? Nobody cared. Nobody cared why. But the reason why is important, right? Let's take somebody that steals from a grocery store. Is stealing bad? Yes. If it's for somebody that's starving, can you fault them? Yes. You're gonna be as severe with somebody that's starving or just stealing for fun? I don't know. That's the why. That's the important why. Ask yourself question. Ask yourself question everything. You might not find every single answer, but you might find a couple. And I'm freezing. I'm gonna go in. Take it easy. I love you guys. Peace.